Hello students, in this session we will solve some examples. Question number 1. If A is unit vector and x plus A dot x minus A is equal to 8, then find magnitude of vector x. Now for the solution, we consider the given data, that is x plus A dot x minus A is equal to 8. So now here we have to multiply x dot x and later x into minus A also, next A into x and next A into A vector, right? Similarly here we can multiply all those terms. So x dot x and next plus into minus becomes minus, and x dot A plus into plus, so that it becomes plus. A dot x is here, plus into minus, so it becomes minus. Next A into A means vector A dot vector A. Now it is equal to 8. So now here we have two notes. First one, we have already studied vector square is always equal to square of its magnitude. In notations we can write down that A dot A is always equal to square of magnitude of A, right? And also here we have the note A dot B is always equal to B dot A, right? So that we can use these two notes here. X dot x becomes here magnitude of x square. Before that here we can cancel two terms here, because x dot A is always equal to A dot x. So both are having different signs, means here opposite signs. So opposite signs means we can cancel both the terms. Now the remaining terms are x dot x means magnitude of x square minus magnitude of A square, that is equal to 8. Now we will keep this magnitude of x square in the LHS part and transfer this magnitude of A square to the right hand side. So it becomes plus here. So 8 plus magnitude of A square. So in the next step, magnitude of x square is equal to 8 plus 1, because vector A is unit vector. Vector is unit vector means magnitude of vector A is always equal to 1. So 1 square is equal to 1 only, right? So 8 plus 1 becomes 9. Therefore magnitude of x square is equal to 9. Then this implies magnitude of x is equal to 3. Here we have to take square root on both sides. Here we cannot take plus or minus because the magnitude is always positive. So that here we have to take only positive number. So magnitude of x, it is equal to 3. Here it is the solution of given question. So we'll go for the next problem. Question number 2. Find magnitude of A minus B if two vectors A and B are such that magnitude of A is equal to 2 and magnitude of B is equal to 3 and A dot B is equal to 4. For the solution, here given data, that is magnitude of A is equal to 2, magnitude of B is equal to 3 and A dot B is equal to 4. We have to write down them, and we have to consider the identity. Here already we have studied in the previous videos. Here magnitude of A minus B square, which is always equal to magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square minus 2 into A dot B. So this is here the given identity. So in this one, here 2 magnitude of A is equal to 2 here, so that 2 square becomes 4, and magnitude of B is equal to 3, so that 3 square becomes 9, minus 2 into A dot B is always equal, already it is equal to 4, so minus 2 into 4 means it is equal to what here? 8. Therefore the final answer will be 5. But here we have to find out magnitude of A minus B only, but here we have the square, so that here we have to take square root on both sides, so that we will be having magnitude of A minus B is equal to square root of 5. Similarly from the previous example, here also we cannot take plus or minus, so just we have to take only plus term. Now we will go for the result number 1. So these are very important here. Magnitude of a plus b plus c whole square is equal to magnitude of a square plus magnitude of b square plus magnitude of c square plus 2 into the bracket of a dot b plus b dot c plus c dot a. So we will prove this one. So consider that LHS part a plus b plus c whole magnitude square. So here we can write down by using that identity, magnitude of a square is always equal to a dot a. Similarly, here we can consider this is whole one vector, so that a plus b plus c dot a plus b plus c. So now we can multiply each by each letter. So next here it is a dot a, right? So next a dot b, right? Next plus a dot c. Next we will multiply by b term here. So here we can multiply b to this a first and later to this b second and to this c also. So that here we will be having plus b dot a plus b dot b plus b dot c. Now we will multiply by the third term c, so that c dot a, next plus c dot b plus c dot c. So this is the multiplication of these two terms. Next we will go for simplification. So already we have seen here c a dot b, which is also equal to b dot a. Similarly, a dot c, which is also equal to c dot a, and also we will be having b dot c, which is also equal to c dot b, right? And also here a dot a can be written as magnitude of a square, b dot b can be written as magnitude of b square, and c dot c can be written as here magnitude of c square. So in the next step we will be having, see here both are equal, and similarly these both are equal here, and similarly these two are equal. So that in the next step we will be writing magnitude of a square, because by using this identity, and similarly b dot b means that is magnitude of b square plus c dot c means magnitude of c square, and here these two are equal terms here, so that we can take two common. So in the remaining part within the bracket a dot b plus b dot c plus c dot a, so that it is here the identity has proved, or result 1 is proved. Now we will go for the next example. If a, b and c are unit vectors such that a plus b plus c is equal to 0, then find the value of a dot b plus b dot c plus c dot a. Now go for the solution. Here given a, b, c are unit vector means definitely magnitude of a is equal to 1, magnitude of b is equal to 1, and magnitude of c is equal to 1. Now consider the identity, or here that result 1 here. So considering this one here, we will solve this question. So that here directly I am putting the value here, a plus b plus c, it is already given, it is equal to 0 vector. So that here magnitude of a plus b plus c is equal to what here? 0. Therefore here magnitude of a plus b plus c is equal to 0, so that it is whole square, equal to here magnitude of a square plus magnitude of b square plus magnitude of c square plus 2 into the bracket of a dot b plus b dot c plus c dot a, right? And now here we are putting these values in this identity now. So 0 square is equal to 0, it is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 into the bracket of A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A. Now here we are adding these three terms. Here we cannot add 2 here because here which is multiplied with this whole term. So that here we cannot multiply the or we cannot add these these three terms. Here we can add only 1 only, but it becomes 3 here. Now taking to the left hand side, it becomes minus 3. So that here the remaining is A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A is remaining this side, and which is equal to minus 3 here because this 3 transferred this side, so it becomes minus 3, and multiplied these two can be taken in the denominator, so it becomes here minus 3 by 2. So this is the answer of A dot B plus B dot C plus C dot A. Now go for the next question. If magnitude of A is equal to 3, magnitude of B is equal to 5, magnitude of C is equal to 7, and A plus B plus C is equal to 0 vector, then find the angle between A and B. Now go for the solution. A plus B plus C is equal to 0 vector. So definitely this implies A, B, C form the sides of a triangle, because already we have seen in the triangle of addition of vectors, here the addition of consecutive sides, here it is equal to 0 vector, right? Therefore ABC form the sides of a triangle because it is a 0 vector mean, so definitely ABC form the sides of a triangle. Using cosine rule, here we have cos C is equal to A square plus B square minus C square divided by 2AB. This already have studied in the trigonometry part, so that I am not going to explain once again. Just I am taking that directly, that cosine rule, cos C is equal to A square plus B square minus C square divided by 2AB. Now here consider this is A. A means magnitude of vector A. So that B means this is magnitude of vector B, and C means this is magnitude of vector C. Therefore here we are putting all these three values in this given formula. Cos C is equal to A square means that is 3 square is equal to 9, B square means 5 square means that is equal to 25, minus C square means that is equal to 49, because 7 square is equal to 49. In the denominator 2 into AB means 2 into 3 into 5, so that 2 into 3 into 5, therefore it will be equal to, that is here minus 15 divided by, that is 2 into 3 into 5. So now after the cancellations we will be having minus 1 by 2. Therefore in the next step C is equal to cos inverse of minus 1 by 2, or else here internal angle is here 120 degree. It is not the angle between the vectors, it is the internal angle, because we have to find out the angle between the vectors A and B. Therefore the angle is 120 degree, because see here vector A and vector B are in the same direction, and vector C it is in the opposite, or C it is also in the same direction only. Now this is the internal angle, this is the internal angle. So that angle between the vectors, so that here we have to find out this angle only. The angle between the vectors is 60 degree, because here this is the angle, this is the vector A here, so that here we have to find out the angle here. So minus cos is equal to minus 1 by 2 mean, so definitely C is equal to 120 degree here. Therefore the angle between A vector and B vector, which is exactly 60, because here this is totally 180 degree, and here by subtracting 120, so that we will be having 60, so that the angle between the vectors is 60 degree. Question number 3. If ABC are unit vectors such that vector A plus vector B plus C is equal to 0 vector, then find angle between A and B. Solution. Here A plus B plus C is equal to 0 vector. Therefore, here the sides A, B and C, here already we have taken the consecutive vectors or the sides of a triangle, then their displacement or the magnitude is 0, or means here it is 0 vector, because the initial point of the vector A and terminal point of vector C are both same here. Therefore, this is the 0 vector. Now the internal angle is 60 degree, and angle between the vectors we have to calculate here. Therefore, it is equilateral triangle, because ABC are unit vector mean then all the sides of a triangle are equal here. Equal mean definitely this becomes a equilateral triangle. So that equilateral triangle here has the angle, equal angles here. So it is here 60 degree, and the remaining is what here, the 120 degree, mean it is nothing but the angle between the vector A and vector B. Therefore, here the angle between the vectors is 120 degree. Now go for the next problem. Evaluate the product 3a minus 5b dot 2a plus 7b. Now for the solution, here we have to multiply or here make the dot product of these two terms by using 3a dot 2a, similarly 3a dot 7b, and also here minus 5b dot 2a and minus 5b dot 7b. Here like that, here we have to multiply. Therefore here required, that is 3a dot 2b plus 3a dot 7b minus 5b dot 2a, because minus into plus it becomes minus, so 5b dot 2a, and also minus into plus becomes minus only, so 5b dot 7b. So now here we have to make simplification. 3 into 2 becomes 6 into a dot a plus 21 into a dot b here minus 10 into b dot a minus 35, because 5 into 7 is equal to 35. 35 b dot b. Now here we can write down here 6 into a dot a mean that is equal to what here, 6 into magnitude of a square. Here a dot b is also equal to b dot a, means both are same here. Both are same here, so that here we can add or subtract both of them here. So that here plus minus means you have to subtract. So 21 minus 10 means it becomes plus 11 only, plus 11 a dot b, and next the remaining is minus 35 b dot b, means that is minus 35 b magnitude of b square, right? And here we can subtract both of them. Here we will be having 6 into magnitude of a square plus 11 into a dot b minus 35 into magnitude of b square. So it is the evaluation of this whole product. Now the question number 5. Find the magnitude of two vectors A and B having same magnitude and such that the angle between them is 60 degree and the scalar product is 1 by 2. Given data that will be writing here. Here both are having the same magnitude, means I am going to take magnitude of A is equal to K and also magnitude of B is equal to K here. So that A dot B is equal to 1 by 2 is given. So A dot B is equal to magnitude of A dot magnitude of B into cos theta. So this is the definition of dot product of two vectors. Therefore, A dot B is given here, so that is equal to what here? 1 by 2, and magnitude of A is equal to K, so that K into again K only into cos theta. Theta means this is, theta is what here? 60 degree. Therefore, here in the next step, 1 by 2 is equal to K into cos 60 degree is equal to 1 by 2. So that here both sides here cancel 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So the remaining is K square is equal to 1. Therefore, that K is equal to 1. Therefore, magnitude of A is equal to 1 and also magnitude of B is equal to 1. Means definitely A and B are both here having the magnitude 1, means both are unit vectors. Now the question number 6. Find magnitude of A and magnitude of B if A plus B dot A minus B is equal to 8 and magnitude of A is equal to 8 into magnitude of B. So students, remember this one, and also here we have to use this one also, and here we have to find out magnitude of A and magnitude of B. Let us consider the solution. Given that is magnitude of A is equal to 8 into magnitude of B. So this one we will be using in the simplification. So now consider this product here, dot product. Therefore A dot A minus A dot B plus B dot A, and next plus into minus means again minus B dot B, that is equal to 8. So now here from the previous results, A dot A becomes magnitude of A square. Before that here we can cancel both of them because A dot B is equal to B dot A. So we can have cancel both of them because both are having the opposite signs. Therefore, after cancellation we will be having A dot A means magnitude of A square minus magnitude of B square is equal to 8. So now here we can make use of this one identity, means it is given already. So 8 into magnitude of B is equal to magnitude of A, so that we can replace that value here. So this whole square minus magnitude of B square, that is equal to 8. So after squaring this one and subtracting this, because this is 64 into magnitude of B square, so that here after the subtraction here we will be having 63 into magnitude of B square is equal to 8. Therefore, we can transfer this one to the denominator side. Therefore, magnitude of B square is equal to 8 by 63 and magnitude of B is equal to square root of 8 by 63. So this is the value of magnitude of B, but we have to find out magnitude of A also. So after cancellation we will be having 2 into square root of 2 divided by 3 into square root of 7, because 8 can be written as here 4 into 2, so it becomes 2 into square root of 2. So square root of 63 can be written as here 63 means that is 9 into 7, therefore 3 into square root of 7. So this is the answer of square root of B. And similarly we can find out magnitude of A here, because magnitude of B is already find out, right? So that magnitude of here A vector is equal to here 8 into, that is here 8 by 63 and equal to, here take that one as here 2 into 8 means this becomes 16. So 16 into root 2 divided by 3 into square root of 7. So these both are the values of magnitude of A and magnitude of B. Now question number 7. Find the angle between the vectors A and B with magnitudes square root of 3 and 2 respectively, and when A dot B is equal to square root of 6. Now for the solution, given A dot B is equal to square root of 6 and magnitude of A is equal to square root of 3 and magnitude of B is equal to 2. Now consider the formula cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Now theta becomes cos inverse of A dot B divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Then theta equal to cos inverse of A dot B is equal to square root of 6 divided by, that is square root of 3 into, that is 2. Now here cos inverse of square root of 3 into square root of 2 means that square root of 6 can be written as square root of 3 into square root of 2 divided by square root of 3 into, that is square root of 2 into square root of 2, because 2 can be written as square root of 2 into square root of 2. Now here we can cancel square root of 3 and square root of 3, and similarly square root of 2 and square root of 2. So the remaining is 1 by square root of 2 within this bracket. So theta is equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 means definitely the value of theta is equal to 45 degree, because in the trigonometric value table here we have seen that cos 45 is always equal to 1 by root 2. Therefore theta becomes 45 degree. Now we will go for the next concept. If two vectors A and B are adjacent sides of a parallelogram ABCD, then the diagonal AC is the sum A plus B, and the other diagonal vector DB is A minus B. Therefore consider vector A and vector B, and the points AB, CD means this is the parallelogram. So that here it is the vector A and it is the vector B, and now here we have the diagonal AC is A plus B, and another one diagonal, that is DB, that is equal to A minus B. If magnitude of A, vector A is equal to magnitude of vector B, it becomes a rhombus, because here both are equal. Both are equal means, so that here this parallelogram becomes a rhombus, because all the sides are equal here, but that magnitudes are means here the diagonals are not equal. So in this case this shape becomes a rhombus. Because the angle is 90 degree, so that here it becomes a rhombus. Here all the sides are equal, but the magnitude of diagonals are different, even though the angle between these two diagonals is equal to what here? 90 degree. So that A dot B is equal to 0, that implies A is perpendicular to B, and therefore A plus B dot A minus B is equal to 0. Because both are perpendicular means definitely here their dot product is equal to 0, and also here we will be having magnitude of A plus B is equal to magnitude of A minus B, then it becomes a square, because both the diagonals are equal. Both the diagonals are equal means then definitely it becomes a square. And here we will take one more question. If A and B are two vectors such that magnitude of A plus B is equal to 10 magnitude of vector A is equal to 6, magnitude of vector B is equal to 8. Then the angle between A and B is 0 degree. First option 0 degree, second option 30 degree, C option 45 degree, and the last option 90 degree. So that it is 90 degree. So now we'll go for the solution of this given question. So magnitude of A plus B whole square is equal to magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into A dot B. Now A plus B, magnitude of A plus B is equal to what here? 10. Therefore it is 100 is equal to magnitude of A is 6, so that it becomes 36 plus magnitude of B is equal to 8, so it becomes 64 plus 2 into A dot B. And now here we can transfer these two terms to the left hand side, so both are becoming here negative terms. Therefore here we will be having A dot B is equal to, that is after taking this one here it is 0, because 36 plus 64 is also 100, so that 100 minus 100 is equal to 0, and after transferring this to 2, that side it becomes again 0. A dot B equal to 0, then definitely A dot B equal to 0 means that implies A is perpendicular to B. A is perpendicular to B means the angle between the vectors A and B is 90 degree. Now we will study some more inequalities. Cauchy-Schwarz inequality, so which is very important for the examination purpose. So that here we will study this inequality for any two vectors A and B, magnitude of A dot B which is less than or equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B. For this proof, here we are considering the definition of dot product of two vectors, that is equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. The inequality holds trivially when vector A is a 0 vector or vector B is a 0 vector, because magnitude of A dot B here which is equal to 0, which is also equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B, because both are already 0 vector, means dot product is also 0, then 0 vector, then definitely here the value of this magnitude is equal to 0. And now let another case, that is if that vector A is not equal to 0 vector or vector B is also not equal to 0 vector, then cos theta is equal to A dot B divided by magnitude of vector A into magnitude of vector B. So this is the angle theta. Theta is angle between the vectors A and B. So that here we have seen that cos theta which lies in between -1 and 1. Therefore A dot B divided by magnitude of vector A dot into magnitude of vector B, here which is less, which is equal to magnitude of cos theta, means we are applying modulus on both sides. Therefore which is here already I have told you that cos theta, magnitude of cos theta which is always less than or equal to 1, because it lies in between -1 and 1. Therefore magnitude of cos theta becomes less than or equal to 1. Therefore magnitude of A dot B here which is less than or equal to, here we can transfer this denominator to this right hand side. So it becomes magnitude of A dot into magnitude of B. So this is the proof. This is the proof of this Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. Similarly, we will go for triangle inequality. For any two vectors A and B, magnitude of A plus B, which is less than or equal to magnitude of A plus magnitude of B. So for this proof, here we are considering the inequality holds trivially when vector A is 0 vector or vector B is 0 vector, because if vector A is equal to 0 vector, then 0 plus B, magnitude of 0 vector plus B vector is less than or equal to, again, magnitude of 0 vector plus magnitude of B vector. So that here after simplification it becomes magnitude of which holds, because both are equal here. Both are equal means this becomes magnitude of B only, which is again less than or equal to the magnitude of 0 vector is 0, and the remaining is again magnitude of B only, so that it is also magnitude of B, and which is also magnitude of B, which holds true. Now another case, if B is equal to 0 vector, then magnitude of vector A plus 0 vector, which is less than or equal to magnitude of A plus magnitude of 0 vector, which is also true here, because here after the simplification it becomes magnitude of vector A only, and this after the simplification also this RHS becomes magnitude of vector A only, so that which is also true. Let the third case, A is not equal to 0 vector or B is not equal to 0 vector, then A plus B whole square means magnitude square, so that will be equal to A plus B dot A plus B. Therefore here A dot A plus A dot B again plus B dot A plus B dot B. Therefore after the simplification it becomes magnitude of A square and it is magnitude of B square, and here both are equal. Both are equal means commonly I am taking it as here 2 into A dot B plus 2 into A dot B modulus, because here A dot B, which is always less or equal to magnitude of A dot B. Therefore magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into magnitude of A dot B, though this whole it is greater than or equal to magnitude of A plus B whole square, because here x is always less than or equal to magnitude of x. Similarly, that A dot B, which is always less than or equal to magnitude of A dot B, so that this whole inequality becomes greater than or equal to magnitude of A plus B whole square. Therefore magnitude of A dot B, which is less than or equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B. So now again it is less than or equal to magnitude of A square plus magnitude of B square plus 2 into magnitude of A into magnitude of B, because this is also less or equal to this term, because already we have studied in the previous Cauchy inequality. So therefore A magnitude of A dot B, which is less or equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B. Similarly this magnitude of A dot B, it is less or equal to magnitude of A into magnitude of B. So here after considering this whole here it becomes here the magnitude of A plus magnitude of B whole square. So this is the proof of this identity. So that implies magnitude of A plus B, which is less than or equal to magnitude of A plus magnitude of B. Thank you.